Good morning everyone, and welcome to today's video. It's about something that I've really been working very hard on, and sometimes bad habits are not easy. I did a lot of cleaning in my out porch pantry, and I want to put this wreath in my little porch area here, and I want to talk to you a little bit, and then I'm going to show you something in video today. So grab a cup of coffee. This is going to be a very relaxed video. It's going to be a lot of things that I am doing in this video, and I hope that I give you encouragement to get up and get some projects done. So I think you're just going to go on this journey with me. A lot of you who watch me are older than me. A lot of you who watch me are younger than me. So to the younger self, I would say to all of you, take one day at a time and enjoy the things that you can do now that you can do them. Because there does come a time when you do slow down a little bit. I remember thinking I would never be 21 years old. I got married at age 17, and so for me, from 17 to 21 was eternity. By the time I was 19, I had 3 small children, and my life was just a survival to get things done each day. But I worked. I had a large farmhouse, and I always was working. And now I look at myself and think I could never have done that. Now, a lot of you look at me and say, well, I do a lot of work. And while I do a lot of work, I don't do as much as I used to. And that brings me to another point, and that is not having so much stuff. And I think for me, I'm not using this as an excuse, but because of a lot of you are my age and older, you can probably understand what I'm about to say. When we lose loved ones, especially close loved ones, we can bury ourselves into other things to soothe ourselves, and it may be even an unconscious thing, like we don't even consciously know we're doing it. And that was me. I didn't consciously know really what I was doing. But I got myself into busyness, just busyness. I was concerned about everybody and everything. I was concerned about other people and concerned about, emotionally, it was rough for me. And then, of course, I hit menopause right at the time my parents passed away. Now, did their shock of them passing bring on the menopause earlier? It could have, or it could have just so happened to be all within the same time, same year. I was into the whole prepping scene, and I still am, but maybe not quite as much as I was. But I think I was just trying to fill my mind with busyness that I burned out. You know, you hear a lot about burnt out, and that means different things to different people. But it's simple living. And the simple way of living is simplifying everything in your life. And whatever your life it revolves around, to simplify that. And for me is not as much canning, you know, not as much stuff like that, you know, truckloads of food, and I just can't do that. And I think that another thing that really was a big point in my life was my home church, the pastor, which is a relation of mine. He looks just like my father. And he is relative to my father. So his dad and my dad were cousins. And so I think that when my parents died, I remembered my childhood at the church. And I remembered growing up there and being there and being around him, and all of these things just instilled such wonderful memories. It was like my mom and dad were back. And so I would, you know, busy myself with helping other people. And even though I do some volunteer work, I got to the point where I was just giving so much to everyone that I was not grieving the way I should have, maybe. And so now we're on this journey of slow living. To truly be slow living. Before, I thought slow living meant in your YouTube videos to make it look, you know, perfect. But slow living is not about perfect living. It's about your living and your life and taking each day as it comes. Did you know that some days I don't get out of bed till 8 o'clock? Shh, don't tell nobody. My husband and I sleep in till 8 o'clock. I go to bed at 8 or 9, and I sleep 12 hours, and a glorious 12 hours I sleep really well. But I don't get up at 6 o'clock anymore, or 5 o'clock anymore. I don't need to. I don't need to do all of that. You know, I can get things accomplished each day. It's not a sprint where I want to be at the finish line first and as quick as I can. It's just an everyday thing. And for me, slow living has been a challenge. But emotionally, physically, I need to do it. And so a lot of times when my videos come up at 7 p.m., you won't see or hear me, you know, giving comments back, because I turn off the computer and I just read before bed to unwind, to just unwind. I do exercises. When I say exercises, it's not like I'm running. I do stretches and, you know, things like that. And I've been doing a lot of breathing exercises to help me with breathing, because when I am busy and when I am really going crazy with my busyness, I don't breathe properly. I will hold my breath. A lot of times I'm concentrating on my videos so much with editing, I hold my breath. And that must be something that I do. So that just must be something, it's a Tessie thing. And so I consciously remind myself to take breaths and breathing exercises. And that helps keep the anxiety down. And on my body, sometimes I will work so hard and so fast and so long, I don't realize until I sit down that I actually overdo it to the point where I can't relax. So slow living is something that is a challenge, and I continue to work on that. And to those of you who are older than me, I heard you. I listened to you. I heard what you're saying. I heard all of the motherly advice, the grandmotherly advice that you're giving me. And I understand that. And I want to thank you for it, because at first you would say things and I would be like, oh, well, you know, that's just not me. Until I realized, oh yeah, it is me. I think none of us are immune to it. I think that it is a life thing. I think that when you get older, there are certain things about your life that have to change. And change is hard. And change is hard to do. But if we make these small changes, it will be so much better. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, wake up on your own time. You know, have you ever watched a newborn baby? If you ever watched a newborn baby wakes up slowly. They'll stretch, they'll yawn, they'll, you know, open their eyes and then they'll shut them. And that's a newborn baby. So that must be the way that we should wake up. Stretch, relax, not wake up with this, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. Because the minute you're waking up that way, you're waking up and you're setting yourself up for a stressful life. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow. And just note, my videos are all over the place. I have videos where I'm talking about money saving, which is most of them. But I'm kind of telling you subjects that relate to me and my age and just me. And so things will ebb and flow. You know, what I may be struggling now, maybe in a year from now, I won't have to struggle from it anymore. But you are watching this girl go from, I'd say, younger to middle age. So you're watching me go through all these phases. And you can't help but have a difference in your life when you're going through different phases of your life. I mean, you can't help it when I have a video every day. So you're just going along with the phases with me. And a lot of you are going along with the phases too. And so we work on this together. I really want to thank you so much, because I will say this at the end of this video. I don't hide the fact that I am a Christian, that I am a born again Christian, and the Lord Jesus Christ is my best friend. And if you're struggling right now in your life with a prayer that you have been praying for a long time, and you don't understand why that prayer isn't answered, don't give up hope. Keep praying. Keep pressing on. Because the Lord knows best for our lives. And yes, there are very, very bad things that happen to us. I think that all of us would say when we get to heaven, we want to ask the Lord this. Now, why did you allow this, Lord? Why did you allow that, Lord? But here on earth, we are to be a light in a dark world. And I have always tried to be the kind of person that shares kindness with others. I've always been that kind of person. I've taken a lot, and I've always tried to do what I felt was best in life. And sometimes in life, we have to go through a lot of things, you know? We have to go through a lot of things in order to sort things out. Sorting out my slow living, sorting that out and trying to figure out, Lord, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to share? You know, how am I supposed to conduct myself? And so I'm just telling you, don't give up. Never give up. Never give up hope. Because your miracle could be just around that corner. And we just don't know what tomorrow brings. And so we're on this journey together of just slow living. For me means more of a focus on the Lord, because I'm not so rush. I'm actually taking time, and I'm just quiet. I am a gabber. In fact, at the church, they always called me Gabby because I like to talk. But I learned maybe sometimes in life it's better not to talk and just be quiet and focus and listen. And that is another part of slow living. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys again tomorrow.